to Vlogtober. Yet another day of Vlogtober, rather. Now, per the usual, I just picked up the camera, and today I actually just want to talk about one thing: the death of Raila Odinga. He is to be buried tomorrow, I believe, and they had the public farewell thing yesterday at Nyayo Stadium, and I think today they have the same thing in Bondo, Kisumu, Nyanza, somewhere. His home. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of discourse online about, who he was, why are we praising him now that he's dead, because he did the handshake and, probably compromised the political scene last year during Maandamano. And there's a lot of discourse about things that he has done that are not good. And I mean, on the other side of it is that there's people who are diehards of Rao. They're like, there's people who are killing themselves because of this loss that has happened because they feel that close to what his cause was. And there's people, of course, there's his family, the closest, who've actually experienced him and are mourning that loss on a more personal level. The rest of us, we are mourning on a kind of somebody we used to know, like an icon, somebody we thought was larger than life that cannot die, you know. So, like, personally, I can't say I knew him on a personal level, but my dad is also a politician, and I see how, especially when we go to shags, how people treat him, how people see him as not a person, you know. And I want you guys to know that politicians are also people. So, and as a person, you know, there's nobody who's entirely good and entirely bad. And I think all the good things that somebody does sometimes are minimized by a single bad thing that you do, which is why, I mean, essentially try as much as you can to be a good person. And even if you're a good person, you will fall short from time to time. And I was having this conversation with my dad yesterday, and I was just like, there's people who are coming out so strongly on the internet to bash him. There's no point for that. The guy is already dead. Like, just give him his flowers. Some people didn't give him his flowers when he's alive. Now, even when he's dead, you're not still gonna give him his flowers. It doesn't matter what he did, what he did not do. It was part of his story. He did what he was called to do. He did what he was supposed to do. Mind you, maybe if he had not done that handshake and enraged the youth like that, maybe we'd not have had that kind of an uprising. Sometimes bad things like happen so that it can lead to other good things happening in a different kind of space. So sometimes it's the reframe that is powerful. It doesn't, like, we can't control what his decisions, his choices, and all these things, but we can control, like, our thoughts. We have control over our opinions and what we put out there online. So you do not have to have liked him, but you can see the facts of it, that he was a resilient person. I'll not call him a leader because not everybody would acknowledge that he was a leader, but I think he was a resilient person. Can you imagine losing the election those many times and coming back again and again and again? Not many people have the audacity to dance in the face of adversity like that. If you can't give Raila Odinga anything, just give him resilience then. Give him resilience. We can argue all day about he was good, he was bad, he was whatever, but he was resilient. You can see how hard he fought for, he was imprisoned because of some of his ideals, and even after being imprisoned, he comes back and continues the fight. Not many people have that kind of courage, and I think that is something that is very admirable about him, and I think that's something that we can learn from, and I believe we can learn from everybody. Like, the wise people out here learn from everybody. You do not only learn from your mistakes. This is something I always tell my brothers: don't do the same mistakes that I have done. If you're a smart person, you make new mistakes, and I think that's what I said in the last vlog, the last video that we did for Vlogtober, that there's never going to be a shortage of problems as long as we not keep having the same problems. I think let's cut this guy some slack. He had a family, he had children. You don't have to have an opinion about everything. If you don't give a fuck about this guy, you can just also shut up. Now people are out here speculating on how he died, the way he died. It's okay to think it and to talk it in your circles, but then you're putting it out there on the digital footprint. It's getting to his family. It's hurting people. I was just actually looking through the comments and I just saw Barack Obama has posted a message to condole with the family, and then there's somebody there in the comments who is going there and attacking Michelle, like, oh, this, and I won't even give it the honor to repeat those words, but attacking Michelle in that space, like, nobody even is talking about that right now. This guy just put a message to celebrate the life of somebody else, and then you're coming there to bash Michelle. Like, what the hell? You don't even have to say anything. You can just mind your business. You can scroll. Like, sometimes it's good to have audacity, but sometimes I feel the internet has given people so much audacity, because face to face you can't even say the things some of you people right there. If you don't feel like you need to offer any condolences to these people for the loss of their dad and their brother and their partner, husband, all these things, you can just scroll. He shouldn't have to have an impact on you that you spend some time bashing him. The guy is dead, for God's sake. Me personally, what I feel is that this guy, I think he was a good leader. Wasn't a nice leader. Nice people don't get the corner office, and this guy was the only prime minister Kenya has had, so he must have done something right, and he kept the fight. Me, I think, and like, even just look at his kids. Like, sometimes I like to judge people by their children. Not the best thing maybe, but like, look at how brave his kids have been. Of course, they're also not perfect and everything, but they try. Like, I think, let's cut this family some slack. Right now they're going through a lot. The best you can do is just wish them well. Rest in peace, Baba. We offer you our condolences, sending you love and light. You can just say something nice, and if you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Yeah, so once again, to all the people who have in one way or the other been affected by the loss of Baba, we're in this together. He was a true inspiration, and for me, sometimes this actually makes me think of my dad, because he looked up to Rao to a certain extent. They were in those circles and things like that. So I think it's just somebody he was somebody a lot of people looked up to, and let's just be kind, with the platforms that we've been blessed with, big or small. Let's be kind to people. We don't need to say bad things. Yeah, I know my thoughts are all over the place today. I didn't mean to come here and talk, but I just wanted to say something about this. Yeah, so guys, see you tomorrow. Love you, mean it. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, bye.